It has been another warm, humid day today, but some changes are on the horizon. We'll talk about that in a moment. Also had a few more showers around. Most of the activity is winding down. A little shower that's just about done with over the western part of Lake Pontchartrain. Also had some in southern Mississippi. And just south of Lafitte, a decent little shower still ongoing. But what little rain we did see today, about 20%, is all winding down now, and a fairly quiet rest of the night with some more clearing, as we did stay under a little bit more cloudiness throughout the day today. 81 is our current temperature. Winds very light. They've been fairly light all day today, southeast at 3 miles an hour, and we did not hit a record. 82 was our high, again well above average of 71, but record stands 83 degrees set back in 1974. Morning lows were in the 60s on both sides of the lake, and again expecting much of the same until about Thursday. 70s, low 80s, so if you're headed out anywhere this evening, it's still pretty warm, and again the mugginess is not going anywhere until we will see actually a couple of cold fronts on the horizon. The earlier dew points have been high. That's going to be the trend through Thursday, with a cold front coming. First one on Friday, second one maybe on Monday, early on Monday. Winds fairly light, but keeping that southerly wind in place keeps the Gulf moisture in place as well. And for the next couple of days, really no major changes. Our weather pretty much driven by this upper ridging. What we are going to see toward the end of the week is the first of two systems, upper systems, that'll be moving in. Now this first system, this is the little kind of hiccup in the upper jet stream. This is the upper trough that's going to push a very weak front through. Main energy stays well to the north. The coldest of the air stays to the north, but it does look like, and now the models are in agreement, that a weak front will push through. The second front will come in from a stronger upper trough, and this one with more of a deepening to the upper atmosphere. In other words, the upper trough, the axis of which will be pushing farther south. And note the temperature contour underneath the winds. This is a cooler air mass and drier air mass that arrives for next week. And in fact, the temperature outlook going into next week is calling for an increase in likelihood of us staying below average. So those normal highs of 71, as we head into next week, the average high, or the high temperatures, may be more in the 60s. Now, the first front that's on the way is for this weekend. Not a whole lot of fanfare with it. Again, the upper energy is staying to our north. Now, remember yesterday, we had the GFS was indicating that that front would move through on Friday, and the Euro had it stalling. Well, guess what now is happening? The Euro also indicates that the front will move south of the coast. So both of the models are now in agreement, with the Euro jumping on board with the GFS. This is a look at the dew points. Again, the weekend front is not going to be dramatic, but if we can get those dew points lower, the humidity to come down, it'll feel much nicer. And that does look to be the case on Saturday. By Sunday, though, the moisture starts to return. So a little bit more humid on Sunday. By Monday, though, a stronger front moves through and a much drier air mass settles in. And both of the models are in agreement of that. Humidity is suppressed by Saturday, comes back in on Sunday, and then that even drier and cooler air mass settles in to start next week. And the next front behind the weekend cold front will be more of a dramatic change in not only temperatures but the humidity. So the next couple of days we stay warm and humid. Maybe some scattered to spotty to scattered showers on Friday with that first front. Again, not really dramatic. It'll be a drier day on Saturday in terms of the humidity, and then we're warmer, more humid by Sunday. Remember, we turn those clocks ahead. By Monday, though, high around near normal, turning less humid, and then by Tuesday, our high temperatures are back down into the 60s, so it looks like maybe a cooler air mass on the way for much of next week.